Now, who are the ancestors of the Prophet? So his name is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alih. He's the son of Abdullah. That's his father. The son of Abdul Muttalib. That's his grandfather. The son of Hashim. So when you hear Hashim, Hashimi, the Hashimite clan, they come from this grandfather of the Prophet. They were an honorable family who come from the line of Hashim. Then from Hashim you keep going up, up, up until you reach Adnan, and then before that, Ibrahim alayhi salam. Up until Adnan we do have the names, but then after Adnan to Ibrahim we don't have the names of the grandfathers of the Prophet. So these were the grandfathers of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Who was his mother? His mother was Amina alayhi salam, the daughter of Wahab, the son of Abd Munaf. So Amina bint Wahab bint Abd Munaf. This was the mother of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. So the Prophet was born in the year of the elephant. As we described in the previous course, that incident of the elephant. What year was that? In the Gregorian calendar, it's 570 AD. Or in the Common Era, 570. He was born in that year. On which day was he born? There's a disagreement between Shias and Sunnis. Most Sunnis say he was born on the 12th day of Rabi' al-Awwal. Rabi' al-Awwal is the first month in the Islamic calendar. He was born on the 12th day of that month, on a Monday. Who says this? The majority of Sunni scholars. The majority of Shia scholars say he was born on the 17th of Rabi' al-Awwal, so 5 days later than what the Sunnis say, on a Friday. So there is some disagreements when it comes to this sects. Now you could ask, okay, this is a very important event. How come there's some discrepancy here between the dates? Remember, the Arabs would not keep track of the dates. They would not even write them. You didn't have, a registry, records, hospitals. So most of those people born in those eras, you did not really know the day on which they were born. Now the Prophet ﷺ, who later became a very important figure, yes, we do know the month, but there's some discrepancy. Sometimes even when those early writers would write, because the Arabic script was not standardized, sometimes you would write something and it could be confusing. Is this 1, 2, 3? Is it 7? Is it 9? So you get that confusion sometimes. But the Imams of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, have clarified to the Shia that the Prophet ﷺ was born on the 17th of Rabi' al-Awwal. Whether it's the 12th or the 17th, he was born in the month of Rabi' al-Awwal, year 570. In which house was he born? The Prophet was born in Mecca, in the Shi'b of Bani Hashim. There was a neighborhood in Mecca called the Shi'b of Bani Hashim, also known as the Shi'b of Abu Talib. When those Muslims were persecuted and boycotted for 3 years, as we will see later inshallah, they sought refuge in that neighborhood, in that part of Mecca. So the Prophet was born in that neighborhood, in one of the houses there. Now Muhammad, this brother of Al-Hajjaj ibn Yusuf al-Thaqafi. Have you heard about the Hajjaj? The governor of Iraq, who was a big tyrant who would mercilessly kill people. His brother Muhammad purchased that house in which the Prophet was born for 100,000 golden coins, dinars. Who did he purchase it from? From the descendants of Aqil. Aqil, the brother of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. He and his descendants, they owned that house. So he purchased it from the inheritors of Aqil for this big price. Then at the time of Harun al-Abbasi, he had a mother by the name of Al-Khayzaran. Al-Khayzaran was the mother of Harun. Harun was the Abbasid ruler at the time of Al-Imam Al-Kadhim alayhi salam. So we're talking about nearly 2 centuries after the Prophet, she turned this house into a mosque, where many people would come, they would visit the house, seek the blessings from this house, they would pray there. It was a mosque. And it continued that way throughout history until what? Until the Wahhabis came, they demolished the house and they destroyed the house. So today, when you go to Mecca, you will no longer see that house. It's razed down. Yes, recently, they've destroyed the house. The very house that the Messenger of God is born. Imagine if Jesus alayhi salam, we knew exactly where his house was. You think the Christians would have demolished his house? Or they would do pilgrimage to his house? This is the Messenger of God. But look at these Wahhabis. They razed down his house, yes.
Was that house right next to the Kaaba?
And it's not right next to the Kaaba. There is distance between it and the Kaaba. No. There is some distance. It's in Mecca. It's not too far from the Kaaba, but it's not right by the Kaaba. There is some distance. So they razed down the house, unfortunately, and we no longer have the honor to go and visit the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
They built the bathrooms, public bathrooms?
Yes, they have this complex and it's close to the bathrooms. Yeah, they have no respect for the Prophet of Islam. So the Prophet is born, according to our sources, on the 17th of Rabi' al-Awwal, on a Friday. The 7th day approached. On the 7th day, Abdul Muttalib, who was the grandfather of the Prophet, he slaughters a sheep and he gives a feast and he invites people, the poor, his relatives, they come and he feeds them in honor of this baby. And that's why in the religion of Islam, it's mustahab on the 7th day to sacrifice a sheep when you have a newborn, and then from that sheep, make a delicious meal and invite your friends and family and some poor people to come and eat.
Is that aqiqah?
That's the aqiqah, yes. We call that aqiqah. So Abdul Muttalib did that for the Prophet. And then at that ceremony, at that feast, Abdul Muttalib gave the Prophet his name. He named him Muhammad. On the 7th day, he gave him this wonderful name. What does this name mean in Arabic? It comes from the root word hamd, praise. The one, and he said, the most praised. Abdul Muttalib, when he gave him that name, he says, he is the most praised in the heavens and on the earth. He gave him that beautiful name. His mother, Amina, she named him Ahmad. That's why you have two names for the Prophet. One is Muhammad, one is Ahmad. It comes from the same root word, pretty much the same meaning. So his mother, Amina, gave him the name Ahmad. She would call him Ahmad. Some mothers, sometimes they have their own special name that they give to their children. And Abdul Muttalib named him Muhammad. His official name was Muhammad, but his mother sometimes would call him Ahmad. Now this name of Muhammad, it was a very rare name among the Arabs. Some historians say only 16 people before the Prophet were given this name. So this name did exist, but it was very, very rare. It was a rare name. Abdul Muttalib was inspired by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him that name.